On Friday, President Biden said that he does not believe the border is secure, which is different from what Secretary Mayorkas has testified multiple times on the Hill. Why do they have two different views of the security of the border?
I mean, look, the president's been really clear, right? He has been clear that we need to move on the border. The border needs resources to deal with the situation at the border. That's why they're having these conversations at the Senate, on the Senate level, and that's why he's asking for more resources. And he wants to see additional resources, but also changes to policy to address what we've been seeing at the border. So him asking for it, him saying that we need to deal with the border security, as Mayorkas, as we all here have been doing at the White House, I think shows that, there's an issue at the border. We need to deal with it. And we have to act now. There's an urgent need to act now. We want to find a bipartisan agreement to deal with that. And so we feel that meaningful change and additional resources are critical at this time.
Really? Why aren't you using the resources we have now? You're not using those properly to defend the border.
No, they opened it up. They went to the Supreme Court to open it up at Shelby Park.
And you want to squander more resources on the border. Just use the ones, enforce the law. I've been saying this for 30 years. Enforce the law that we have. We don't need new laws.
Thank you.
You could actually enforce the border right now by simply enforcing U.S. law. Done.
That's a novel concept.
Yeah.
I was barely listening to the clown KJP's response there. I don't know if that was the clip or if there was another one maybe I didn't send in or whatever, where she said, look, Biden's been trying for 3 years now to...
please.
Okay, hold on. Who ran Congress for 2 of those years?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just... it's so mind-numbing. And by the way, she really had this tick yesterday where she would say during the press conference, right? And she did it in that clip right there as well. Mm-hmm. That's something that it's always been like, I can't figure out why I don't like that. And it's not just her that does that. There's people that you have to deal with on a regular basis. Mm-hmm. And they're always like, right?
And right is the new like. It's like, right? Right? Like, right?
Is it? No.
So when you couple them both together, it's really appealing. I like it a lot. I love it.
It's weird.
She was asked if Biden will get to the border. Maybe this is what you're talking about during this election year.
Any plans to visit the southern border before the election?
The president visited the border recently.
In January.
Well, yeah, that was a year ago. He's been there.
That's recent. How do you define recently?
Okay.
Within the last year? Have you ever said recently and referred to a year?
Probably not, no.
Right?
Right? Like, no.
I don't know, man.
It's not just here, though. This is a worldwide problem right now. People not enforcing their borders, people just having their countries overrun. The Dutch farmers pushing back on globalist policies, and now in Germany it's happening, too. Also in France, where thousands of farmers are protesting new laws that would force farmers to go more green, because that's going to help.
Fix it. Yeah, look at that. I mean, that I don't know how much of this video you want to play.
Is that Paris,
but it goes on.
Do we know where in France that is?
I forgot the town's name, but they're basically blocking the traffic between the two. They're dumping the manure. I love the dumping the manure on government property.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
It's not only symbolic, but it's also...
It's effective.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez.
It just goes on. I love it. I love that stuff. Now, this next video, man, just...
tough to watch.
Very tough to watch. So if you have kids, you don't want them seeing this.
This happened in France 2 months ago. Features immigrants from Africa beating a French teenager who died from the injuries that he suffered in this beating you're about to see.
There you go. Open borders, baby. And they are just so giddy at killing. It's grotesque.
Wow, that is... that's disturbing.
Sure is.
So how did the French government respond? At first, they started to crack down on far-right groups who were growing politically after this horrific incident because now you're Nazis because you don't want these freaks coming in and assaulting and killing your citizens. Then they passed an immigration law that actually makes it tougher for the children of immigrants to become citizens of France, and also makes it tougher for new arrivals to get access to welfare benefits.
Oh my gosh.
How dare they?
That's hateful.
How dare they? But still, the immigrants protest. They want those welfare benefits, which is exactly what this protest was all about.
See, they want a national ID card, which is wrong on so many levels, but they want it so they can get their welfare benefits. I tell you, Europe, man.
And the problem is, we're headed directly there.
Europe today, America later today.
Yep. In Spain recently, refugees from Africa were seen coming ashore.
Yeah, watch
there.
this. Look at this.
It's not an invasion, though. Don't worry about that.
No.
Don't worry. Don't call it that, because you're obviously a hateful xenophobe if that's what you call it.
I mean, that is our Rio Grande.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Ta-da.
Our shores are probably worse than that. Well, no, probably about it. We've seen way worse floods of people coming across our border. And then Britain, where Islamic immigrants are refusing to assimilate. You had this happen the other day on top of a church's facade. Cross torn down by a Muslim immigrant.
Oh, yeah. Look at this. I love this.
I love it when they come into your country and
coexist.
Yeah.
Isn't that what we're supposed to do?
Not.
Coexist.
Look at that.
Man is ripping the cross off of a church. Oh, and he's got a NASA shirt on. That's the Muslim outreach program that America does. Look at this guy.
Oh, my gosh.
Great Britain, man.
And there's nobody that stops him?